two guys on a mission to provoke you to greatness.
We're tackling tough subjects and sharing real-life experiences.
No holds barred. We've fought for our family's freedom and want to help you achieve the same.
If you want to live a life you've never lived,
you have to do things you've never done.
Let the story begin.
Yeah.
What up?
What's
going on?
Hey, Mark.
Happy show day. Happy show day.
Did you ever see Max Headroom? Max Headroom.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Nick.
I did a whole study on Max Headroom.
Did you?
Yeah. Did you know he wasn't even in Back to the Future?
Max Headroom?
Max Headroom wasn't in Back to the Future.
No.
Don't you remember him in Back to the Future?
No.
He was, but he wasn't. Did you know that? He was in the first Back to the Future, but if you go back and look at the movie, he was never in there.
No. Well, he was never in there.
He was.
No.
You just don't remember it.
Max Headroom?
Yes, it's the Mandela effect.
Wait. The guy that is the computer graphic guy, the generated.
Yeah, don't you remember? He pops up on the TV and he starts talking. Yeah, and he starts talking to what's his name?
Oh, yes, I do.
You do. Remember? He was in the diner. He pops up and he starts talking. But if you go back and look at the movie, he's not really there.
But he was in the original.
Mandela effect, bro. No, he wasn't there. I looked.
I can't take it.
I researched the whole thing. I spent 4 hours on researching it.
So, as we're waiting for people to jump on, because it is Tuesday night again.
And again, yeah.
And I just have to say, and I'm going to blow up his spot, we just want to all wish Mark and Michelle a very happy anniversary. It is 18 years in the books, ladies and gentlemen. 18 years of bliss. 18 years of peaches and no.
Yeah, all peaches and cream. All of it. Just
bro, happy anniversary.
Pile.
Happy anniversary, man.
Thank you. 18 years is a long time, man. We've been having a rock and roll time being married 18 years, lots of ups and downs, 6 kids later and 1 grandbaby.
And just getting started.
Just getting started. Just scratching the tip of the iceberg.
Yes.
I feel like I'm just being born again.
Wow.
I'm being reborn. I just turned 40, being reborn.
So we do want to thank you guys for tuning in,
by the way?
Tuning into the Nick and Mark show. We're
going to talk about a few different things here tonight.
Yeah, we get live. I'm drinking my phytonutrients for the day.
That's gross. We're going to talk about Disney's Little Demon. Oh, that's a whopper right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, did you just hear what he said?
That one.
Disney's new show called
Disney's new show, Disney's Little Demon. All right. Then we'll talk about
what else are we touching?
We're going to talk about the migrant buses.
That's right.
Going places in the United States.
Yep. So the immigrants that are moving into the United States across the border in Texas, the governor of Texas, number one, listen, there are people that want to stop the border crossing, right? He is one of them, and he is shipping them. And I think it's cost him close to $12 million already. He's shipping them to Democratic-run cities, sanctuary cities throughout the U.S., whether that's Chicago or New York City, blah, blah, blah. We're going to talk about that.
Right,
what else?
Don't let the cat out of the bag. Don't let all the juice out.
What else are we talking about?
You know when you take a top off of a rice that's cooking, pot cooking rice and all the steam, you're letting all the steam out right now.
Bro, I haven't even begun to let the steam out.
All right. And then what are we going to talk about? Cosmic tarantulas. Have you seen those things? They're
cosmic
crazy.
Tarantula.
Bro.
We'll talk about that.
Okay. All right. So give me the rundown on, because you're a Disney, you used to be a Disney lover. You used to work for Disney. You used to love everything about Disney.
That's right.
Until they started becoming political and trying to push a very, very specific agenda on the young, impressionable brains of our culture, of our society. So give me a little rundown of what this whole Disney's Little Demon is all about. It's not, we're
Correct.
not talking like Pluto and Tick, right?
As Mark shared, I worked for Disney. That was a lifelong dream of mine. And for those of you who don't know, you had to be 18 years old to even get a job at Disney. Okay. And when I got the job at Disney, I was on a fast track to going to college. I was going to get a degree. I told the people at Disney that I was going to take Michael Eisner's job.
Yep.
Okay? That was my goal. I wanted to be the CEO of Disney one day. That was my end goal. Okay. Well, in the midst of all that, I met Jesus. Let's fast forward. I'm not with Disney anymore, obviously, but I did stay a very faithful follower of Disney.
Right. All
Every
things Disney. You loved it.
Yeah, we bought timeshares down there, and every year we would take the trip and we'd go. And even as I was young, and then well, they've always erred on the side of magic and mystical things, and right, those things. Well, now
Right.
we're going a step further, and Mark, we've talked about this before, man, and for sure, when the enemy, and we'll just call him as it is, Satan, right? When he wants to make himself known, or whatever, he wants to let people know I'm on the scene, he does it in a big way, right?
Mhm.
We talked about the Grammys commercial where the Grammys said, what is music? From
Yes.
demons to demos to multi-platinum monsters. And he just says it right in your face. He's like,
Yeah.
look, here I am. What are you going to do about it?
Mhm.
Well, he's done it again. Disney has just created recently a new
Disney,
show.
right?
Disney has
Yeah.
created
It's on FX and
for
Hulu.
their FX channel. Correct.
Mhm.
They are buying up a lot of networks and things like
Yep.
that.
Yep.
It is the Little Demon. That's what it's called. It's called Little Demon. What is Little Demon? Well,
You got to see the trailer. The trailer's crazy.
it's not about a demon, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to say ladies and gentlemen because did you know that at Disney they took away the ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah.
Now it's just dreamers of all ages.
Mhm.
Come on.
Yes, you'll get in trouble if you're an employee there and you say, "Welcome, ladies and gentlemen." You'll get fired.
Please give me a break, man.
Yeah.
If my daughter is dressed as a princess, I want you to walk up to her and say, "Welcome, princess." You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Not "Welcome, you little dreamer."
Mhm. Yeah.
What the freak is that?
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, so Little Demon is all about a woman who gets impregnated by Satan,
By Satan.
and they have an Antichrist daughter.
Well, you can't make this stuff up. I'm telling you what. You can't make this stuff up. This is crazy.
What? Did you watch the trailer?
Uh, Part of it. Part of it. Yeah, it's disgusting, bro.
Okay.
I mean, like seriously. What are you trying to say by pushing out or even just allowing this on your network? What are
So
you trying to say?
my first question is do you really believe that they have an understanding of the supernatural and the realm in which angels live in?
Are you
Because
asking? Is that rhetorical? I think they do actually. Believe it or not.
Satan is Lucifer, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Fallen angel, supernatural realm. Because his number one goal is to dupe people into not believing that hell is even real.
Of course. Father of
That
lies.
he's just a mythical thing. He's just a
Mhm.
statue that the Church of Satan wants to put on the lawns of government buildings and municipal, town halls across the country,
Mhm.
right? There is no guy with a pitchfork with pointy whatever and a tail and whatever.
Mhm.
What he is real, and where he is was not intended for human beings.
Mhm.
Correct? Hell
Yep.
wasn't created for us. It was created as a holding cell for the fallen angels. Am I correct, incorrect? What do you think? What are your thoughts?
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely.
So now you've got this company. So Yeah, I would like to hear your thoughts. Do you believe that they know what they're doing?
I do. I think they know what they're doing. Yeah, I think it's intentional. Like that, you can't create like right. People just laugh it off and jest about it and be like, it's just a silly cartoon.
No.
Like all these other cartoons, and it's almost in the same art style of like there's like Adult Swim and those types of things. There is similar art style, and it's probably not meant for kids, right? It's got probably the PG-13 something or other on
It's a
it.
little more than
Telling you
that. It's got listen, for those of you who are
of
thinking
course,
about letting your kids watch this, it's got
don't watch it.
graphic violence, it's got
It's got
foul
nudity.
language, it's got
Nudity.
nudity.
Yeah, as a cartoon. Yeah, but the idea of Satan impregnating a woman and the Antichrist being born is, come on. You've read the book, you've read stories, you know what that all leads to,
Exactly.
right? But
100%.
they're making a cartoon out of it because you know what they're trying to do? They're trying to desensitize people from this idea of sin and Satan and Antichrist,
Wait,
theology.
wait, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Wow. Talking about desensitizing.
Mm-hmm.
In the show, they paint the picture that witchcraft is good because they use witchcraft to fight
Right.
Satan.
Yeah. It's all about desensitizing.
I was
A
talking
lot of
about that.
movies that Disney comes out with shed a humorous, fun, attracting kind of
Correct.
a story about magic, witchcraft, Satanism, Antichrist.
Yep.
It's crazy some of the stuff that they're coming out with
that.
right now. I'm looking at some of the pictures. I mean, they literally have one guy that's guts are coming out. He's like the guard of
Yep.
Hell's Gates or whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
it's sick, this thing. And so
Yeah,
it's in cartoon, right? Kids are gonna stumble on it. Kids are gonna unintentionally find it on Hulu when they're flipping through. They're gonna see, they're gonna see a picture of a cartoon. They're gonna be like, "Oh, I want to see this," and boom, from the first episode, your mind is going to be opened up to those types of things.
That's exactly right.
It's opening up your mind to those ideas, right? You watch one episode, oh, it's not too bad. You watch 2 episodes, it's getting a little worse. You watch 3 episodes, and then at that point, the storylines hooked you, the plot has hooked you, and you want to keep watching and watching and watching. And it's gonna mess up these little kids or these whatever, if they're teenagers or even young adults, it's gonna jack them up. That's my personal opinion.
This is the quote I was talking about with the witchcraft, and it says.
Oh, and who plays Satan? By the way, who plays Satan?
Danny DeVito, the
Danny
voice
DeVito.
of Satan. Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
Disney is trying to portray witchcraft as a positive tool to fight evil.
Yeah.
The first episode is more than enough for most Christian families to realize that Little Demon is an extremely dangerous series, referring to their initial episode of the premiere season, First Blood. Do you know what this is about?
That's crazy.
Do you know what this is about?
Nope.
First Blood, the daughter of Satan and this human woman, turns 13. And she has her little friend show up for the first time in her life.
Wow, bro, that's crazy.
And so they call the episode First Blood. And what is happening is the mother was hiding the daughter from Satan. And Satan finds her because he says that her power was turned on when she had first blood.
Oh my gosh, bro. That's like that Panda, that stupid Panda movie that came out. Right?
This is
because in the Panda movie too,
yes,
there's
the red panda thing.
Wizardry, there's witchcraft, there's magic happening.
Correct.
It's not so much about girls going through their maturity. That's not the big deal. The idea was there's a mystical
That's exactly right.
thing behind it of
Yes.
spirits coming
Yes.
and going and entering, and
Yes.
yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Yep.
So that
So
actually
here,
reminds
check
me of
this out. This is good. Here's some scripture to back up what we're talking. In Isaiah 8:19 through 22, the Bible talks about a spiritual realm that is not of God and warns against participating in witchcraft or consulting. Instead, believers are instructed to call on God, as in Deuteronomy 18:10 through 11. We're instructed to call out to him. Listen, people, ladies and gentlemen, are good listeners. It is so important that we are aware of these things that are taking place. I'm not saying that Jesus is coming back tomorrow, around the corner, in a month or a year, but we have to be diligent. We have to be prepared. We have to know what's going on, and we have to be able to pour these things into our children so that they know what is right and what is wrong, what is good and what is evil.
Yeah. And our job is to not shelter them, but our job is to protect them from blatant garbage and lies.
That's exactly right.
Right? You don't want to shelter the kids because the kids will end up rebelling and want to go in the opposite direction. But you want to protect from exposure to the garbage that's out there.
You want your kids to run through the woods and have a good time. You're not going to throw them into a pit of vipers.
There you go. There you go.
Very simple.
Exactly. Yeah.
Go have a good time, play in the dirt, blah, blah, blah. But as a parent, you're not just going to throw them in the middle of the road.
So, guys, if you're just joining us, we're talking about Disney's Little Demon movie. It's a series that just came out. It's going to be on FX and Hulu. If you get a chance to watch the trailer, leave a review on Facebook and tag us. Mark Casara, Nick Agnetto, tag us, and we'd love to hear your thoughts on this this new kind of series that's coming out, and what you think Disney's whole, what's their motive behind this?
What do you think, Mark, is our job as a parent? I had a person so I'll tell you why I'm asking this question. Here's a little background. I had a parent who has a 9-year-old say to me, well, this is where good parenting comes in. I watch the show. It's entertainment. I told my child not to watch it, and they're not going to watch it because I told them not to.
Yeah, no.
How do we parent?
Yeah, no. Parenting, I think there's a element of there's an element of being the example, right? Of setting an example for your kids. If you don't want your kids to, smoke cigarettes, don't smoke cigarettes around them, right? If you don't want your kids to cuss and have foul language, don't have foul language around them. Don't cuss your kid out and say, don't say what I just said, right? Same thing goes with what you're bringing in your ear gates, your eye gates, and letting in your heart. Don't read don't watch a horror movie and then say, you know what, little Johnny, don't do what mommy or daddy just did and watch the horror movie because it'll give you nightmares, right? Of course they're going to want to go do what you just did because you're setting the example. So I think it's the same thing. I think setting the example for our kids is powerful. It's one of the most powerful things we can do as a dad, as a mom, is setting the right example in the house, because at the end of the day, they're going to do what you do and not just what you say, right? Not just what you tell them.
Yep, that's good, bro.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. It's not about do as you say, it's do as you do. That's what happens.
For sure. Yeah.
It is.
And even Jesus said that, right? Yeah. Even Jesus says, I am a reflection of my Father. I do what I see my Father do. I do what I see my Father.
Come on, bring that. Bring the word.
Right?
I love you.
That's what he said. That's the thing that sticks out to me the most right now. Jesus says, I am a reflection of my Father in heaven. Yes. I only do what he does. I say what he says.
Yes.
And I am who he wants me to be.
You're getting me jazzed.
Yeah.
You're getting me jazzed right now, bro.
For sure. For sure. Yeah,
so,
that's wild, man.
Parents,
so if you watch the trailer, guys, go ahead and tag us on Facebook. Let us know your honest review about that.
And be aware this is out. I deleted some apps off of my TV tonight.
Yeah.
I got rid of them.
Yeah. Well, we don't want our kids stumbling on that. So
of course not.
Talk to me about the migrant buses and what's happening in this crazy world of ours.
It is crazy. You know, this is where my heart feels for people. And I have to wonder what the right thing to do is. Right?
Yeah.
My family came from Italy a long time ago, but they came through the right channels.
Of course. Yeah.
Right? Are those channels open still? Are those channels still available for people to come into the United States like it was then? I'm talking boat after boat after boat was arriving at Ellis Island, and they were getting
My grandmother
processed.
came in through that way as well.
They were getting processed through a system. There was a process in place. They were getting checked for diseases and everything, lice and whatever, smallpox and all these different things, right? They were put into quarantine if they did have issues, and they were brought into the country, and they were expected to be American. So this is the United States of America. These people are crossing the border illegally, coming into America. Now, here's my thought. Not all of these people that are crossing into America are good. Not all of these people are bad.
Right.
They have families. They do want sanctuary. I get that. But what's the right way? And if they are coming into the country illegally and they're in a state like Texas, where the governor and the people of Texas don't agree with this policy, we have the governor now of Texas spending money, getting buses, and shipping them to all of these sanctuary cities throughout the United States. And when I say sanctuary cities, I mean Democratic-run cities, people that believe that those people should be allowed in the country. So why not ship them to those cities and make them be responsible for them, right? Okay. So that's what's taking place. And New York City and Chicago and other cities are open arms welcoming these people, but they're angry. They're upset because of the way that it's being done. They said, couldn't we go into some talks about this and see how it could be done right? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. What's the right
So
way?
do you think that they're being bused to these predominantly Democratic states to try to potentially sway a narrative or a vote in the next 2 years because of elections? Do you think that's part of the scheme that's going on, or do you think that has nothing to do with it?
See, for me, man, I go down a rabbit hole when I start talking about this because I think about, are they allowed to vote? Well, in this climate, yes, you're allowed to vote.
Well, are they allowed? Technically, no, but are they allowed? Yes, they're being allowed to vote.
They're being allowed to vote. Technically, they're being allowed to vote.
Yeah.
So
and traditionally, minorities have a democratic sway to them. Just traditionally.
And where's the truth in all of this, right? So yes, we do know, bro, that they are being bussed in all over the place. I mean, I think it was a few months ago we heard about planes dropping off migrants in the middle of the night, right? They were coming into Westchester Airport, you know.
So, I grew up on that airport. That's crazy.
Yeah, of course, bro. You know. So for me, I look at this and I say, well, I don't know. Is it a that's not very nice. You shouldn't be doing that. Are you professing to, listen, are we supposed to take care of people? Are we supposed to be taking care of them as Christians?
Sure.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Are we supposed to be looking out for them and feeding them and clothing them? And
well, now it depends, right? Because
this is it.
Because first we need to be able to take care of our own residents, our own citizens, and we're not doing a good job at that in and of
At
itself,
all.
right? So we got places and cities and towns and all over the country that are just desolate and look like third world countries. We're not doing a good job at taking care of our own citizens,
No.
let alone the 200,000 that are coming in every
Correct.
single year. I think
Correct.
that's the number. It's around 200,000 encounters of migrants trying to cross the border per year.
Yes.
Maybe the number is much bigger.
Yeah.
If you guys know, let me know in the chats. But I think that's the number. Just that's people coming over illegally. That's not even counting the people coming through the system legally.
Correct.
So the people that are coming illegally, if they're coming here illegally in the first place,
Yep.
some of them aren't going to give a crap about the laws in this country at any rate, because they're trying to get through it with by bypassing the law in the first place, if that makes sense, right? And like you said, not everybody's bad.
That's right.
Not everybody's good.
That's
But
right.
we do know that if you're trying to come illegally, there's going to be some bad characters that are going to try to come that same exact way.
Yeah.
Like drugs being smuggled and whatever.
I'm not going to go down. We don't have to talk about this. I'm not going to go down this way, but just a statement, one little quick statement. How many people are coming into the country that could be terrorists, right?
So, of course.
I mean,
well, that's fact. They already know that. That's documented. That's fact.
For sure. So I think about all of these things because in my heart of hearts, I want to take care of people. And I go to the Sermon on the Mount, bro. I go to the Sermon on the Mount and I think about how God wants us to how do we woo people? It's not coercion. It's not coercion. It's not, we're not trying to get them to come to us.
Right.
How do we love people into his arms?
And full disclosure, we travel the world helping people.
That's right.
We travel the world pouring God's love upon every creature.
Yes.
So there's no bias here.
No.
It's just a matter about, hey, there's certain laws in this country that we need to abide by, just like everybody else in the world. They need to abide by coming through those specific laws because they're there to protect. They're there to make our place, our place of living and dwelling safer at the end of the day. So, it's not that we're against migrants trying to come in. I have a lot of friends that have come in illegally. I love them dearly.
Yes.
So I wish they would have came in the right way. Yeah. Right. They're here. And now we keep going forward at this point, but
we have a very good friend. I don't know if you remember the story, but we have a very good friend that came from Colombia, and he lived, his whole family was living in a very affluential town in the Northeast.
Yep.
And he had an incredible business and he had employees and he was doing great things in the community and he was blessing the town that he was from and he was a major player in things that took place in and around the area. And they came, knocked on his door one day and threw him in a Texas prison. And then shipped him back to Colombia.
Crazy.
Separated him from his family.
Yep. I've had several friends, the exact same thing happen.
And this was a good man. Now, we can't understand all the things that take place, and our ways are not his ways, right? We certainly don't understand his thoughts about all of these things and what he puts into motion. Step back. God's going to do what he's going to do ultimately. And we just need to be listening and obedient so that we could be a part of that, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying this with not a Republican slant, not a Democratic slant, but I'm looking for the heart of God in all of this. How do we take care of these people?
Yeah.
The mayor of Chicago, or whatever she is, governor of Chicago, I don't know. She was blasting the governor of Texas, saying, well, I thought you were a Christian. That's not a very Christian thing to do. I can't stand that. Okay.
Yeah.
Because we live in a fishbowl. The first thing that we do that is outside of what a Christian should do, all of a sudden, but you're a Christian.
Yeah, of course.
So what is the right thing? I don't know.
Yeah. Now we don't want to talk about the recent what am I trying to say?
I don't know. What about
I don't
the
think
red
we want to
lights?
go down this route.
The
But
red
yeah,
lights
I was gonna mention something about the red lights and Biden's
dun,
speech.
dun, dun,
That
dun,
that
dun,
Biden's speech
dun.
that was just a few days ago, and it actually was very, very close to the whole new series that came out, House of Dragons. The picture of the House of Dragons and the picture of Joe Biden when he was speaking in the red was in back of him. Man, those are like somebody did that on purpose, man. Somebody wasn't
Bro,
thinking through this properly, right?
did you see the meme of Joe Biden and Hitler?
I did, bro. I did. And some of his speech, like I don't know if you've watched it. Did you
Yeah.
watch the whole speech?
Yeah, it was sick.
All right, we're not going to commentate on the whole entire speech, and we're
Yes,
not
it
going to
was very
trash.
satanic. You're right.
We're not going to trash. Listen, we're not going to trash President Joe either. Okay, that's not what this podcast is about. But bro, some of the things that the guy was saying out of his mouth were horrifying. I mean, he was calling specific Republicans terrorists,
Terrorists.
and he was
Hello.
saying that they need to be
Yeah.
locked up and thrown in jail, and it was out of line. Some of the
Wait,
stuff.
hold on. I don't mean to cut you. I don't mean to cut you off. Sometimes I do, but I just want to say, John Jones, I love you, man. I'm so glad that you're listening, and yes,
John,
I'm
love
so
you,
glad
bro.
that everybody's listening. But I just got to give this dude a shout out. He is one of my favorite people on the face of the earth, and
Yes.
I just want to bless you, brother. Love you, man.
Yep. Absolutely. So you watched the whole speech.
Well, you know
What was
what?
some of
I'm not
your
even going to talk about that speech because listen, and this is not a thing about Republicans and Democrats and who I
Sure.
vote for and who you vote for, blah, blah,
Right.
blah. But it is clear to me when you show a Coliseum filled with people chanting USA, freedom, America, I want you to understand those people are Americans.
Yes.
They have the right thing going. That's the right thing in mind here. Hey, I like that. That's an uh-oh. Dun 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 dun.
All right, keep going. Keep going.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And then you cut to the same town one night to the next night.
I know, but mainstream media will never do that. Mainstream media will never show you the real pictures. But
Bro,
you have some people with their own little selfie cameras,
I get it. But
and
they're
throwing it on
shooting the whole
TikTok.
room.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. I saw a picture today of Biden giving a speech, and there was like maybe 20 people in the audience, and the camera did a full pan and everything. So whatever. There's a lot of lies. There's a lot
for
of lies
people
out
listening, for the people listening, listen, we're not here to bash these people because honestly, I got to be honest with you, and some people may be bothered by this. I pray for him. I do.
there. Absolutely.
I pray for him because he is the president of the United States. He's not my president, but I pray for him because I don't feel like he's well. I pray for him because I want his family to be whole. I pray for him because I want his eyes to be opened. Bro, my goal, and this is my heartbeat, you know me, man. Every chance I get, I look for an in so that I could share what God did in my life and what he did on the cross.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I got my kids praying for Joe Biden.
What he did for me, bro, he saved me from a very bad place.
Yeah.
And then what he did for everybody else, that people have a heart. I was telling you this earlier today. You had posted something about grinding, and there was a comment that it was all these things but prayer. And I said to that guy, you know what? Let's take this offline and let's have a conversation in our direct messages, And so we've been having a conversation all day long, bro. It hasn't been.
DM.
He is completely on the other side. He is agnostic, wants nothing to do with God. And we have been having a civil, good, educated conversation.
That's awesome. That's the way it should be.
It's been incredible.
That's the way it should be. Yep.
And I am looking for God to open up the door because ultimately, bro, I'll talk till I'm blue in the face and I look like my hat to my shirt. and it doesn't change a person's heart.
Yeah.
It's only him, and he changes a person's heart. He's going to change the heart of people watching the demonic kid show. He's going to change the heart of the people that were rooting for Biden, slandering and smashing all the Republicans the other night. He's going to change the heart of the people. He's going to turn their hearts toward him when we're faithful in what we need to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. That's the end of the day. That's what we pray for, right?
Yeah.
That everyone's heart would get turned towards Jesus.
Yeah.
Right.
So let's talk about the hugeness of God.
Yes.
Based on what's that telescope?
I forget.
I got it.
Not the Hubble. It's the other one.
No, it's the James Webb Telescope.
James Webb Telescope.
Yeah, if you guys have not been introduced to the James Webb Telescope, you need to check that out. Google that bad boy.
And what was it called? It was called Cosmic Tarantula.
Tarantula.
That's crazy.
Okay, the Cosmic Tarantula. Listen to this. Oh my gosh, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna share the screen for those who you want to see this.
Yeah, do that. Look at that bad boy.
That's the
James Webb Space Telescope on Tuesday showing tens of thousands of young stars in a stellar nursery dubbed the Cosmic Tarantula. This nebula is located 161,000 light years away, and it is the largest star-forming region of all galaxies closest to the Milky Way.
That's crazy. Look at that, bro.
Look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh.
How does that telescope get such high quality pictures like that? That is just
gosh, all of creation cries out to him.
Look at that, man. That's crazy.
If you look at this and tell me that it is not by design, you are out of your mind. That just doesn't happen because of a big bang or a spark or a fart.
Or a fart. Bro, that's hilarious, man. Yeah, that was super cool. Super cool. And it's called the Cosmic Tarantula. I wonder why they come up with a name like that, man.
Because that looks like, if you've ever seen a tarantula's nest, it's similar to a tarantula's nest.
You're right. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
That's amazing, bro.
You know, I was thinking about this today, bro. What is the smallest thing? If you could grab the smallest thing that God created, I don't know.
An atom?
In an atom. Molecule, right? What's the biggest thing that's a physical thing that he created? A star.
Star? A sun is a star, right?
A sun is a star.
A star.
And if we talked about our man Lou Giglio. And he was talking about the stars. He was talking about the size of stars.
Indescribable tour, yeah.
Right? How massive those things are. Our sun is a tiny little thing compared to some of the stars in these galaxies. And we're just uncovering these things. The James Webb Telescope is just sending us pictures. Bro, it's shooting things out. Did you hear that? 161,000 light years away?
Wow. That's unfathomable, bro.
Yeah.
If you guys get a chance, listen to the song by, who is it? Not David Crowder, by Chris
Tomlin.
Chris Tomlin, called Indescribable.
That's it.
Go ahead and YouTube that, guys. Listen to that song, Indescribable. It'll bring tears to your eyes. It's an amazing, amazing song.
Actually,
we used to sing that years ago.
Piggyback that, Indescribable. If you want to watch Lou Giglio's Indescribable tour,
it's free, right?
Chris Tomlin opens up with Indescribable, and Lou Giglio follows with a discussion on how big God is, and he starts to tell you about the galaxies and.
Yeah, so if you just simply type in indescribable tour, it'll pop up a video, and it's about
Right.
42 minutes long.
Yep.
And it will give you the whole tour, but he brings you through this. I'm not going to play it right now because I don't want to get a copyright strike.
Right there.
But it literally brings you through galaxies, and then at the end of it, he talks about he talk about that little thing inside your body, that little T cell, right?
Oh, that's in the next one, bro. Not this one.
This is the second one.
That would be laminin.
Yes, you're right. But the Indescribable Tour talks about the universe and how vast it is.
What's up, Billy? The topics are Disney's Devil Spawn Demon Child show, the Cosmic Tarantula, and we've also spoken tonight about
Joe Byron.
Migrant buses.
Bing bong. Yeah, we're just talking about some things.
And we also, for those of you catching us late, also wished Mark and Michelle a happy anniversary because that was Sunday, and that was why we didn't jump on Sunday, and we are here on Tuesday night.
Tuesday night. Better late than never.
Doesn't even matter. We love spending time with you guys, and I hope you guys are enjoying us. We would love to hear, even though we would like questions, we would love to hear how you're enjoying the show. We would love for you guys to share the show. Subscribe and
but what they don't know is this is a normal conversation between you and me if we were just sitting on a couch. this is how 2-3 o'clock in the morning we'd just be talking about these things. So we decided one day, why not just put it on blast and just make a podcast of it?
Yeah, why?
And you guys, funny thing is, we don't prepare for this. We don't prepare. We don't talk about it ahead of time. This literally is just coming natural.
Kristen said to me again tonight, "What are you guys talking about?" I said, "I don't
know." And we can talk for an hour and a half just about nonsense. So, oh man, that's great, bro. That's great.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, man.
What did you guys do for your anniversary?
We didn't do much. We were just grinding away, doing our thing. We went out to eat and took the kids to lunch. We did kind of a lunch thing, but it was just nice and relaxed. We're a very mellow people. We don't like to do crazy things. I think as I get older, I like to just be a recluse and be home. I do. I like enjoying family time home.
I do. I like family time too, though, bro.
I like to get out, but we enjoy family time.
What kind of restaurant? What kind of food did you guys have?
We went to this place called Bar Louie. It's like an American steak, burgers, bistro type place. Yeah, really good stuff.
Oh, that's funny because we went to this place called The Pub. An American bistro.
Yeah.
That's funny. I like that.
But anyway, why don't you close us out, brother, and pray for our listeners and our watchers tonight? And
all right.
That's it.
Here we go. All right. My girls like to do this. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. But we don't have to do that. But they do that every night. They love it. They do it at like meals and stuff like that. So this is a time for you guys to just come together with us, whether you believe or not, and if this doesn't make you feel comfortable or not, just listen. We're going to pray. I hope that you just had a really good time with us tonight and that you were blessed by the things we talked about and you learned some things maybe. So here we go. Father, thank you for an incredible day today. Thank you for just giving us breath to wake up in the morning and taking care of us if we're single or married, if we have families, or maybe we're having children or trying to have children. Or Father, I thank you that your love and your grace and your mercy just are with us. And I thank you for just a special blessing over Mark and Michelle and their marriage and their family, celebrating 18 years. That's no light feat. So I thank you, God, for their marriage. And I thank you for the blessing of life over them, God. May you shine your face upon them, Father. And I thank you so much for every listener, every subscriber, everybody that's following and watching, and whether they're on Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter and Twitch and YouTube and Spotify. I thank you, God, for everybody that is partaking in this show, that the words that are spoken on this show would draw them closer to you, God. Use us, God, to touch them and just feel your love around them, God. We thank you for this evening. Let everybody rest well and enjoy the rest of this week in Jesus' name. Amen.
Appreciate you guys. Love you guys.
Love
and we'll
Ciao.
see you guys in the next episode. God bless.
Peace.
This is Mark here. Thanks so much for joining us on this last podcast. We really, truly appreciate your support. We definitely could not do this without you. If you can take just a brief second and click that share button, share this podcast to your social media, get this message out to more people so that there's a greater impact on our community. And for those of you who want to give a little extra support, leave a review on Spotify, Apple Music, or Google Podcast. Thanks so much. God bless, and we'll see you in the next